Guess what? If you think Memorial Day weekend's about burgers, hot dogs, and bullshit, I'm here to correct your perspective on what we are memorializing. This one's going to be a tough one for me to get through because as a veteran, I truly do understand the weight and the sacrifice that, my freedom, your freedom cost. And my perspective is coming obviously from here in the US, but there has been service and sacrifice throughout the world. And here this weekend, a lot of people consider it the official kickstart to summer, which in many ways it is. It's warm. I'm out here with short sleeve shirts, shorts, and I myself am going to be going on an outdoor adventure. But I'm also doing some very spiritual, deep spiritual work as I say this. And so I hope that you'll stay tuned. If you're new to the message, thank you so much for giving me a listen. If you've been here for a while, you know the drill. It's 1% better every single day, doing life on life's terms. And yet, that word right there, life. There could be no life without death. Death is a part of the experience. And death is not just physical. There are many different forms of death. I can tell you right now, 13 years in the process of healing, overcoming my vices, I've had to kill the lower self, the wounded version of me, many times. Many times. It's like a fucking zombie, man. That low self. It's like you put it down and it's like The Walking Dead, man. Unless you do it right, it keeps coming back. And it comes back with a vengeance. And yet, I'm carrying a heavy heart today. There's a lot of things going on. Sometimes it's good to just look for the small things. Small signs of love, of beauty. Because it can be a very rocky path. This thing called life. And that flower did lighten up my load just for a moment. But I have a very important message. Probably going to get a little heavy. Because it was many, many, many Memorial Days ago that I had a major shift along this 13-year healing journey. I want to say it was 2016. 2016, so 9 years ago. Feels like fucking way closer than that. That the prior winter, right around my birthday, which made this a really impactful event. At the time, I'm going to set the context, I was working on, I'd gone back to school, higher ed, as a means of trying to refigure out myself, right? Add value, utilize veteran benefits that I had available to me. And I found myself at a place called Santa Fe Community College. And the timing was just right, alignment, where they were starting up a veteran resource center. And I happened to be the guy that was chosen to take it from concept into really a nationally award-winning program. And I don't say that as an overstatement. It's verifiable. Best for vets, Military Times. #1 2-year career technical institution for veterans under my leadership. It was a powerful place to be. However, if any of you are unaware of suicide in the veteran community, It's still an epidemic. 22 a day. Veterans choose to unalive themselves, hit that Control-Alt-Delete. And that's a lot. You know what's even more? Men every single day, 2,000. About 500 women every day commit suicide. So men are 4 times more likely to kill themselves than women. And this is global. This is a global pandemic. 22 a day sounds crazy. And that was a big number. It's a big number. And yet, when you think about 22, when you think about 2,000 men every day doing that, all around this beautiful world, we got some mental and emotional, some spiritual and physical healing to do. It's a big reason why I'm here. And a big reason why I'm here is because of something that happened in the fall of 2015, going into the spring of 2016. A veteran that was working with me, Army vet, had a lot of PTSD going on. He was separated from his family. He was kind of on the run. Anybody ever been that avoidant? I know I have. He was kind of a man on the run. His family was in another state, wife and kid, and he was out here in New Mexico trying to find himself. And he was carrying around a lot of baggage. And unfortunately, we tried everything to get him plugged into the resources and the programs that the VA offers to help veterans that are really in crisis mode. And it just didn't come online fast enough that on my birthday in 2015, he took his life. And you talk about something hitting me square right here, man. Boom. Holy fuck. It hit me, you guys. And I know I'm going to get emotional about this because this shifted a lot of what was going on inside of me at the time. Changed my perspective. And yet, the synchronicities and shit were wild. Again, for him to have done that on my birthday, it wasn't with intention, but the fact that I was like the leader and there was all these, fresh Iraq, Afghanistan veterans coming into the Veteran Resource Center, and we were starting to serve the community and get out of our fucking heads, get out of our feelings, get out of the combat zone and get back into creating a peaceful place, a sanctuary for vets, man. It felt really good to create that center where vets could fucking drop their packs, rest. We had couches that they could rest, and videos, fucking games, and TVs, and a coffee bar. It was a sanctuary, especially on the campus where most of us felt it was like that movie Billy Madison, where you're just a grown-ass adult in a fucking half-sized desk. And yet this badass motherfucker, he just had too much pain. So much fucking pain. And we rallied around him, all the veterans there. We went to his service. And what was interesting, the shift in me, was at the time, being a part of the veteran community, I used to go and do what I call the dog and pony shows, if you know what I'm talking about. It's like you go to the cemetery and all the politicians and, all the delegates and all these really, self-proclaimed important people show up, shake hands, take pictures, and then we put out the flags and we do all the ceremonial. It's dog and pony is the ceremonial activities. And I was at the forefront of all the ceremonial activities in the veteran space. And yet, my birthday is November 7th, after the winter, the following spring going into Memorial Day. So we're talking about 9 years now. The following Memorial Day, I was kind of waking up. This is on Memorial Day, and I was scheduled to be at the cemetery and same old thing, And for whatever reason, man, I received, it was like a premonition. I had a premonition. And I think I've talked a lot about the premonitions. I'm on a spiritual journey. And guess what? If you're listening to this, you're on a spiritual journey too. And the crazy thing about the spiritual journey is it's going to fucking challenge you. It's going to test you, because what it's trying to do is get you outside of the physical. The spiritual awakening is really about transcending the loss, the pain, the suffering, the grief, all of that shit that fucks us up in our bodies, when we're in our heads, in our feelings. And it's like in the spiritual realm, everything is forever. We're forever. But we have all these attachments and we hold on to this stuff. And yet, I can remember I was just in like prayer or meditation that morning. And I was just kind of thinking to myself, I was like, it was weighing heavy on me to go to the cemetery, having given my fucking battle brother's loss that previous season, the previous fall. And it was just really heavy on me. And I was just sitting there thinking to myself, is this really what I should be doing today? Does that really matter? Does it really matter if I go to the fucking cemetery or not? Is that really the way I honor those that have given the ultimate sacrifice? Is going and like showing up, is saying, hey, thank you for your service. Is that really honoring people with just some words? Is honoring people by, showing up, doing some ceremony, taking some pictures, right? Saying the Pledge of Allegiance, right? Is that truly honoring those that gave the ultimate sacrifice of courage and bravery and valor? Is that truly it? I mean, this was the question I was having with myself, and maybe this is going to land with you today. No accidents. And I basically remember asking myself, if all those that have come before me, having given that ultimate sacrifice, if they could tell me a message as to what should I be doing today, right? What would they tell me? What would the message from beyond the grave be? What would they say to me? What would they say to you? Right? If you can think of someone that you lost, we all have somebody that's probably connected to military that's sacrificed. We've all bared that burden of sacrifice, no matter where you're at in the world. And maybe it's even just somebody that, and it doesn't, like, we're memorializing military sacrifice on this weekend. But think about it. It could be really for anybody that we're grieving the loss of. Maybe even a pet, an animal, a person, something that's missing, that's not there anymore. What would they say? What would they say to you? Because I was obviously in a state of grief. And I was negotiating and bargaining with myself, a part of the grief cycle, as to whether or not I should go to this fucking event. Like, if I really wanted to be around all that. And you want to know the message I received? It came through as clear as day. It's like, that's not how you honor us. Go into the ceremonial stuff, thanking us for our service. That's not how you honor. If you want to honor us that are no longer in the physical, they were in the spiritual. See, that's the thing. They're still in the spiritual, but they're no longer here in the physical. He said, if you really want to honor us, you know how you do that? And I said, no, tell me. They said, go be the best version of you. Where do you think that came from? Right? It came from this exact fucking message from the spiritual realm. It said, if you want to truly honor the sacrifice that we have, instead of going and doing the ceremonial thing, you see this family that you got around you, your kids, your wife at the time, why don't you take them and go do something outdoors in nature? Why don't you go for a hike? Why don't you go for a picnic? Why don't you go and do something that you all love to go do? And I was like, really? They're like, yeah, man. Because at the end of the day, this is the spirit of those that have been lost. They're like, we're not in the physical anymore. We can't celebrate. We can't go and connect with those that we love in the physical. We can't make love to our partners. We can't spend time with our children. We can't, go and do an outdoor activity and connect with the beautiful world that's nature, with our friends, with our family members, with our children, grandchildren, whoever it is. We can't do that. So if you want to honor us, why don't you start living life to the fullest? Why don't you start doing that shit instead of dragging your fucking tail between your legs, licking your fucking wounds, and sitting there in sorrow? Why don't you actually go and honor us by fucking kicking some major ass in this world? And when you have a chance to look back and to share that message that we shared with you, right? Maybe someone else will be activated to get out of their funk, to get out of their bullshit, get out of their head, get out of their feelings, and realize that the way that you want to honor is to remember and use that to activate you to truly become the best version of yourself. That was a fucking activation moment that has led me here, because I have never looked back. And the coolest thing is I took my ex-wife, I took my kids out, we went on a hike that day, and it was like it was so cool because I did that. This was not an accident, but there was so many veterans out there doing the same thing, choosing life, choosing adventure, choosing to be outdoors, which is where the healing takes place. And it was in that moment that really I fell back in love with nature. I fell back in love with this healing medicine that is afforded to all of us. And understanding the importance of connection, not taking it for granted. A lot of times we do things and say things, but we don't mean it. We don't really mean it. Right? Our hearts are not in the right place. We're doing it just out of, habitual patterns, shallowness, to just act as if, oh, this is how we do it. And it's like, nah, man, it ain't about that. Right? Because I'll tell you, me becoming the best version of myself wasn't me continuing to drink, continuing to smoke weed to numb out, continuing to overeat and not understand what was going on with my emotions. No, I needed to get deeper and deeper and deeper to figure this shit out. That activation led me deeper down this healing journey, which is truly a spiritual awakening. So that I could stand here today about as alive as you can be, carrying a heavy heart, but speaking a message of truth and authenticity, hoping, knowing that I'll reach some people, hoping that those of you in the back that have been playing small, that somehow, some way, this is going to start to engage you at a deeper level that activates you into action, to really start taking shit serious. If you want this summer to be about burgers, dogs, sunburns, and whatever the fuck else you need, brewskis, so be it. But it could also be a moment of clarity and activation that literally transforms your entire life. Because for me, I was in that spiritual realm and I heard that message come from beyond the spirit. So I carry that message, that energy with me today, and I am speaking it loud and clear to you. That you really want to honor people, those that are living and those that are gone. Be the best version of yourself. That is your ultimate purpose on this planet. There's nothing else. There's nothing else other than to transcend the pain and the suffering. And that makes it really hard. This medicine is so freaking hard to swallow, ain't it? So many people struggle that I know. And it's because we're on different frequencies. If you're literally sitting there and suffering, right, you're in the third dimension, real heavy density. You're struggling with truly understanding what is the reality of this whole entire experience. You're still living by the experiences of just this experience when you're carrying around experiences from many, 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 many lifetimes. And if that's something that you struggle with, right, just carry on. Go about your life. But if this message stops you in your tracks just to ponder for a moment, it's time to take some fucking action. It's time to really have some gut checks, to really check in with yourself and say, you know what, man, what the fuck? What are 3 things I wish that were different about my life? 3 things that I wish that I know. See, you got to tie it to this. You can't just wish for things to be different that cannot be changed. You got to use empowering things to say, what are 3 things you wish were different that you, yes, you can absolutely change about your life? But it's going to take a bold, courageous version of yourself. It's going to take a version of yourself that has a bigger perspective than the suffering and the pain and the circumstances that you have survived through during your life. Which to me, the more and more people I talk to and work with, and I hear these incredible hardships and these incredible circumstances that so many people have overcome. Again, the sad thing is most of you are defining yourself by these things versus refining yourself saying, holy shit, you're strong. How the hell did you get through that? Yeah, you're going to have some scars. Yeah, you're going to be bruised up, but fuck, you're stronger than fuck. And that is the remembering, right? We need to remember, yes, honor those that are gone, but we need to remember who the fuck we are. And it's time to rise up. It's time to rise up. And right now, I'm offering a special deep discount, 20% off on the 1% Better Everyday Journal Value Pack. Click on that link down below. The sale runs now through Memorial Day, Monday, which is also the new moon. We got a new moon coming in too, right? This is a part of the spiritualism of this whole entire experience. The new moon is the opportunity for you to cleanse yourself, you know? It's to cleanse yourself. Look at that. Fucking eagle showing up right on time, man. Right on time. There's the eagle. Fuck, man. I love it. I love that connection with nature. That eagle's soaring, so free. You could be that too. Some of you think you're an eagle. Oh wait, you are. But unlike that eagle, see that eagle's soaring, he's free. A lot of you, you're in a cage. The cage ain't even locked. The door ain't even closed. You just got your eyes closed. And you don't think your wings work because your heart has been hurt. Your heart's carrying around some heavy shit. And if you're ready to start remembering who the fuck you truly are, that true power inside of you, I welcome you to join me on this healing journey, which is a spiritual awakening, which is truly the purpose of your life. And you can start right here by activating and pulling the trigger on getting yourself the 91-day Results Kill Excuses 1% Better Everyday Journal. In that, you're going to start to hold yourself accountable, start to visualize goals at a daily, weekly, and monthly level. There's a master class in there with over 7 hours of literally masterful content taught by me that guide you through what it is to go from self-sabotage to self-mastery. 5 phases of self-development, self-improvement, personal growth. Are you going to be a master by the end? No. But again, it takes repetition and it takes exposure. The more that you expose yourself to the concepts and the process and the understanding and lock in to what is really going on with your life, that is where the magic happens. That is when the breakthroughs happen. but it takes locking in and being consistent. And so summer is usually June, July, and August here in the Northern Hemisphere. And guess what? The 91-day journal is going to get you right through that, to where you don't just go through another summer just sitting back, acting as if you're having the best time of your life ever, knowing that you're not doing anything to improve your life. Improve, develop, grow, heal. The time is now. If you're waiting for the stars to align, the stars are aligned. They're exactly the way they should be. If you're waiting for your life to be a certain way, you need to stop with that. It is a certain way. It's the right way it should be. This is the fertilizer, the struggles and the challenges and the pressure you're feeling from every direction is the fertilizer you need to plant those seeds so that you can allow for yourself to nurture yourself, to start caring for yourself, to not be so fucking hard on yourself. And a lot of us, the way that you show you're hard on yourself is by how easily you allow yourself to be distracted, how emotionally you allow yourself to be manipulated, and that it goes for both happy, sad, and everything in between. And ultimately, the way that you are self-medicating, self-sabotaging, self-abandoning yourself, avoiding your own personal authenticity and your truth. And here's the other piece. 1% Better Everyday Journal. The second piece for you to take action towards is to join the Breath of Life Healing Circle, where we come together to reflect, to connect, to visualize, and to breathe forth new life into ourselves and into the world by healing and releasing the things that are holding us back. And it's done in a safe container where you don't have to feel like you're alone. You don't feel like you have to do it all by yourself anymore. It's a healthy container. There's no judgment there. Sure, is it scary? Yeah. I know I'm a bright motherfucking light because I have shed every fucking layer, every veil that's been covering my sadness and my sorrow and my insecurities and my trauma and my emotional wounds and my pain and my fucking everything. I just keep releasing one veil after the next until we get so clear, activating that diamond light body called our soul, that it can be truly set free, that you can truly start operating from a place of love, neutrality within, and love all around. Everything I see is love. No judgments, no fear, no sorrow. And how did I get there? By starting to make myself and my health a priority. And for a lot of you, you're like, that can sound like, wait, that's narcissistic. That's selfish. It's like, no, it's not. How you take care of yourself is how you take care of others. How you love yourself. And love isn't just a word, it's an action. It's a verb. Love is an action. You cannot say you love yourself if you don't have proof, actual evidence. The words don't mean shit. What actions? Loving yourself is not overeating. Loving yourself is not being lazy. Loving yourself is not sacrificing yourself to keep other people happy. Loving yourself is not ever spending time in a healthy way out in nature. Loving yourself is not staying in environments that no longer serve you. All of that is self-hatred. You have been taken captive by your feelings and your emotions and by the fear that you have inside your heart. And if you need some help getting through that, the Breath of Life Healing Circle can help you to start really opening up, not only to yourself, but to even some empathetic witnesses, other people going through varying degrees of what you have gone through. which this is all brand new shit. I truly do believe I'm being shown something that's really never been applied with this much clarity to help people. So is there going to be skepticism? Wait, come on, man. This guy's just promising more shit that probably don't work. If anything, if you've been on the 1% Better Everyday Journal or the Breath of Life healing group, comment down below. Talk about the wins, right? I've got the receipts in my own life. That's why I keep getting on here. Even if I try and pull away, it pulls me back. Because every single day, I'm healing 1% better every day. And so even if I feel like a little overwhelmed, moment to moment, day in, day out, I don't have any bad days. I have some bad moments. I can have a bad hour. I can have a bad afternoon or an evening. But every single day I wake up renewed, knowing that I put in work, even if it was just sitting in those negative emotions, sifting through them, understanding where are they coming from? What's the root of these? Is it really about the situation at hand in the present, or does this thing go way deeper? Because if I just deal with the thing in the present, when the next thing comes up, have I gotten anywhere? No, that's what I experienced. I'm like, wait, if I can take care of the thing in the present, but then I keep behaving in a way that I didn't feel comfortable with, and I didn't even feel in control of. I said, there's got to be something deeper going on here. What the hell is this? Why can't I fucking get a hold of myself? And that's when I started doing the deeper diving. But it started with the sobriety, right? It started with clearing myself of the chemical dependencies, because all that self-medicating was really just numbing the pain that I really just needed to sit in. We need to sit in this pain, and fuck, that's scary. I know it's scary. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be afraid. But you know what else it's okay to be? It's okay to be courageous. It's okay to heal. And it's okay to ask for help. And it's okay to try something new. And maybe you have some skepticism, but you can also just keep an open mind to say, if I start something, let me finish it. And I know that along my healing path, I've had to stay locked in so many times, right? Most recently, I started the breath work. It's probably been, 6 months. And I was given a challenge, do it every single day. The challenge was, the bar was so low, 7 minutes. And I've gotten so deep into the breath work. It's my favorite part of the day. It's my favorite part of the day, everybody. Breath work. My own breath work, because it's literally meditation, visualization, healing, right? Activation of just the spirit inside of me, the soul. It stills everything. It's like going into the spiritual realm. All pain is gone, all fear is gone, all shame, all lack. I mean, all of that disappears. And if it's something you've never experienced, I welcome you into, with open arms, an open heart, an open mind, to join the Breath of Life Healing Circle. Click on that link down below, or go to resultskillexcuses.com. Click on the Breath of Life Healing Circle link. Sign up, show up, and just see what happens next. That's another thing that we have the schedule up from now through the end of August. Let's make this summer a summer of transformation. When Memorial Days come up, now in the future, I'd always stop to reflect. I understand the weight of sacrifice, but I also am somebody that sees in the spiritual that all of these beings have lost the physical, but they're still in the spiritual. Nothing is lost in the spirit. And the deeper you get outside of your head and heal your emotions, you'll start to connect with that energy that you think is lost. Yeah, the physical embrace may be gone, the physical connection may be gone, but the energy that was shared between you and someone else, that you feel is gone is actually still alive and well. But it takes you going on this journey to truly tap into that. And it's a beautiful thing when you do. And so even in commemoration of what we are experiencing, I'm going to go on a road trip. I have some really heavy stuff to take care of today. And I'm going to honor myself by going and doing the thing I love most. And that's getting in the beast, which is my truck, which is like an overland rig. It's a cabin on wheels. And I'm going to go get lost in the wilderness. I'm going to do some paddle boarding. I'm going to do some hiking. I'm going to do some soaking. I'm going to do some plunging. And I'm going to do some breathing, right? I take my practices with me. See, that's another issue with a lot of people. Y'all just use this shit when it's convenient. No, I take this with me. I'm going to take my crystals with me. I'm going to take my journal with me. I'm going to take my breath work with me. I'm going to be off grid. So I'll have downloaded positive affirmations. That's going with me too. The sun will be the sun. The ground will be the grounding. And yet this time in nature will definitely help me to integrate and heal and expand even more. So I can show up for me, show up for those closest to me, but I also have a great desire to show up for you and help you along your healing journey, which is really a spiritual awakening. I love you guys. I hope you'll take me up on the incredible sale right now. Remember and rise, 20% off. The Results Kill Excuses, 1% Better Every Day Journal. Let me send you one of those. See what happens next, the next 90 days. 91 days, actually. Let's make this the summer of transformation right here and right now. You know the drill. Results kill excuses, because if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it. Greg's out.